Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 21st, 2023 at 1:09 a.m. in the morning. The bottom of the muscle in the bottom of my left eye keeps on, like the nerve keeps jumping. So I think this is like the third or fourth day that my eye has been like this. So I guess it's good news that I feel sleepy right now. Excuse me. So this Friday, I'm scheduled to have to check out the hotel and be back on the streets unless I got help for to stay another week. But it's like the weather's supposed to warm up some, but still be winter cold at night, like in the 30s at night. So y'all heard that slam? So oh man, so tired. I'm sorry. So I probably forgot to mention that in the middle of the night, like before 4 o'clock in the morning, almost 24 hours ago, that they had a bunch of loud cars that I would have and could have gone to sleep sooner, but they kept me awake. So um so then I slept from 4 to 11 in the morning, and then um I think I didn't eat until like 1 or 2 o'clock after I did the previous big video, I guess. And I had the last of the granola cereal. So later on today, I'll have the oatmeal. And today will be the last day of the meat that I had, like the chicken and ribs. And so I was supposed to have eaten sooner, but somebody caught me off guard and wanted me to call her. But I'll talk about that. But what did I have for lunch, for dinner? Oh, I had the last of the rice and pork and beans from one can, and I had pork and beans from the other half of the pork and beans out of the can, and the ribs, and I had the last of the ice cream and the last of the hummus and a piece of pita bread, like the pita on the hummus. And then I feel bad because I finally got to do my laundry, but um I got to do the laundry, but I had a couple of snacks out the snack machine, and that's the last of my cash that I had. No, I might have under $1 left in cash. So I wrote a short story based on the foster dad Al's dish called Project Spaghetti, and that brought back some nostalgic memories I mean, all you gotta do is just add government cheese to spaghetti and meat sauce, and that's the Project Spaghetti. And we used to beg the foster dad Al to make it for us, you know. And then when I was a kid, the foster sister April's peach cobbler was the only peach cobbler that I liked. But nowadays, I don't even touch peach cobbler or any cobbler unless it might be chocolate cobbler or something like that, or vanilla cobbler, but no kind of fruit cobbler. Excuse me. I hate cooked fruit, and I hate wilted fruit and vegetables. So I put it in the video and the community post, the short story about the Project Spaghetti. So since it's a new day, I'm gonna say yesterday referring to Monday. The fake Darnell Williams perp had another daily dosage. Well, some days he leave me alone, but he had another dosage of harassing the fuck out of me and causing me distress. And I had to just keep on blocking and screenshotting everything for documentation and trying to block him as quick as possible. And at one point, I think he gave up, and then he made 9 harassing messages, and I don't know if he blocked me or if another person must have reported him and got him, got him taken down for me. So so they had somebody from Twitter that caught me off guard and told me to call her, and I felt put on the spot, and I'm like, damn. But I felt like I don't know if she would have thought I was being rude if I didn't want to call her. But she gave me these I got off the phone, you know, well, even on the phone, I suspected that she was a perp, because if somebody never talked to you before, and then they tell you, oh, call me, and then get on the phone with you, and then within 10 or 15 minutes after talk, like, if you knew you were going to eat, why didn't you wait until after you ate and then call me up and talk? Or, say, I'll call you back, I'll go eat. But nah, I figured that made me question if she was a perp, that she just, like, and that caused me all kinds of raging fucking anger, and it was extremely torturous for me. And I hate that she even got my damn phone number. And so me and her never had a Twitter conversation before. So I mean, it's like I felt put on the spot and didn't even question whether or not she was real or fake. So she DM'd me and said, call me. Like as if we're so familiar with each other. But she was like a recent follower, and so within 10 or 15 minutes, she just randomly started disrespectfully smacking her food loud and ignorant in my ear. Like, I don't even know you to be familiar, for you to be familiar with me like that, if this is your first time talking to me on the phone like that, And it's like me dealing with the hypersensory issue, and then at the same time, like, too fearful and scared to stand up and tell her something. And I felt like I didn't even want to be stressed out in this hotel room. Well, that by itself freaking stressed me out. But I mean, I didn't want the stress of arguing with her or fighting with her or anything like that. So why does everybody who get on the phone with me feel like they must smack their fucking food in my ear? Family or no family? There was a lady a few days ago um, that talked on the phone with me and she smacked her food in my ear. This is one of the reasons why I don't fucking talking on the phone with people. Y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. Like, so fucking inconsiderate and disrespectful. No manners at all. And you think there's nothing wrong with doing that. Back in the 80s, people would have called you out on being rude. But nah, I'm not casual with that. And then if I tell them that it bothers me, but then I would get told that I'm very demanding with how I want to be treated or that I have people walking on eggshells for me. I have a legit condition. I feel like I don't even want to talk on the phone with her ever again. And then when I was she was trying to ask me certain questions about who I thought was fake in the TI community. And I don't know if she was gaining intel on me or if she was going to use what I said and go back and tell the fake TI perps or other professed targets what I said. You know, but she tried to make it like as if she's targeted, but her so-called targeted ain't that bad. But she said that she's homeless and living in her car and living in a hoopty. But she told me she don't get the one headlight or she don't really pay attention or something like that. But she said that they it's like she said that they that she don't stay in housing anymore because she got tired of them every time she settles and that's with me too. Every time I settle somewhere I have to up and move and that wastes a whole bunch of money. but um but she said that she tired of trying to get a permanent place to live or somewhere to live. And she said they're always rearranging stuff in her house and stuff. I'm not gonna say too much, but I didn't mention her name, but I'm not gonna say too much. But I don't even know if she was legit or sincere or if she was a perp gathering intel on me. But I mean, it's like how that quickly you just the first conversation and mid conversation you just eating a whole fucking meal in my damn ear. Like, really? Eating a whole fucking meal in my ear. And so then afterwards I went and looked back on her profile and she didn't have any bit of evidence at all on her Twitter. She might have it on a different platform, but I didn't really see anything on her you know but I mean they'll talk like even the fakes will talk like they're so sincere. So I mean I don't even know if she would be the type to go back and tell them what I said and stuff, but she was asking me about this person, that person, that person, but then and I think and somehow we got on. I think she did ask me about Darius, or I told her about him off my own mind. I don't remember. And she said she talked to him a year or two ago. But when I tried to talk about the abuse he did towards me, she dismissed and ignored and overtalked me and changed the subject and wanted to ask about more people or other people. But but she trying to ask me, how did this person treat you, or was this person fake, or what's your experience with this person and this and that, whatever. But I don't even know. It's like, and even like, how are you supposed to tell? Because even professed targets would gang stalk and target other TIs. And as I said, they be more brutal than the regular perps. Even the ones who pretend to be targeted and have no content. So within less than 1 week, or what? Wait a minute, no, it wasn't this past Friday. It was the Friday before last. So it was more than 1 week. But two different people smacking their food in my ear mid conversation. So the lady from the other week, and I and it seemed like she kind of dealing with me from a long-handed spoon, or kind of not even talking to me as much. And if you claim to be a narc victim and talk about believed survivors, but I can talk about anybody but Darius, but then she'll dismiss or change the subject or overtalk me, or she'll try to say, well, he doesn't come off as a narc, or he doesn't seem like a narc to me. And it's like, damn. It's like Stank Horlanika from the Masonic Smelly Crab family all over again. Like nobody wants to, and like even with me talking about my twin sister, nobody believe me, nobody wants to hear it, nobody wants to listen. And everybody would defend their side, take their side. So I mean, so Darius was the only one who pretended to listen and give me false hopes about, you know, my situation about Stank Horror and Lanika from the Masonic Smelly Crab family and how I became targeted. And then he acted like he had the authority and the right to dictate that I'm not targeted and Lanika is not the reason why the Crab family situation was not how I became targeted. Well, if you know so much, you tell me how. And everybody thought I was bullshitting for years. But Darius tried to tell me that his cousin stole family inheritance, and that's how. So I don't remember the whole story, but that's how he became gang stalked. So why is it hard to believe that the foster mom Adrian Felder put me in a gang stalking program for revenge because she scapegoated and blamed me for the reason why she couldn't say the last words to her mother? For a sexual situation that Lanika hyped up. And it's like my life is a living hell behind that. I mean, shouldn't Lanika be the one targeted and not me? But I was the one scapegoated because the foster mom already hated us because we were foster kids, and she wanted to protect that Masonic smelly Kraft family. She rather, because she might have been in a shitload of trouble if if you know Lanika would have had to suffer consequences. But the foster sister Joni almost went to jail and everything. I mean, my twin sister, with the situation that foster boy Matthew went to jail. Yeah, I don't think Joni went to jail or got arrested, but she almost did. Well, the foster mom was pushing for Joni to get arrested and go to jail. And then the boy who did what he did with Joni, that Lanika set up, the boy's dad almost got shot. The foster brother Joe was trying to, wanted to shoot him, and I forgot all about that. So, at first Darius acted like he was supporting and believing me, and left me with a sigh of relief, only to use it against me and weaponize it and become way more abusive than everybody else. And now he act like he has a switch of narrative and don't believe shit I said. All the evidence and proof that I showed him about everything. And I shared my deepest, darkest secrets with him. And same with him sharing with me. And I thought that the friendship was mutual. So, you know, I'm still bothered by the way he treated me and what he did, and still shocked, hurt, and confused. But I guess how that is. I guess that's how that is. If the main ones who swear up and down that they're uncorrupted and will never sell out, but they already did. You're not going to do it because you already did in the past. So I'm surprised, and no wonder that when I showed Darius that exposed gang stalking website, he flipped out really, really bad. And later on, I thought, well, did he flip out like that because he was guilty? Because I will tell you, look in the camera and tell y'all with the straight face that I'm an uncorrupted, targeted individual. And so I don't know if it's considered blasphemous or disrespectful to say God is my witness, or I don't want to say that if it's disrespecting God, but God knows and I know, and the gang stalking network, they all know that I never sold out. I mean, all you gotta do is look at my YouTube how many thumbs up I have. Ain't no way I'm gonna have you know certain videos, if I got nearly 1,200 subscribers and only one thumbs up or no thumbs up on majority of videos, and the monetized YouTube videos, it's like YouTube must be stopping me from, making a living, because how the hell, I'll say like over 80 or 85% of my videos always say ad suitability, and only, I'll say about 10 or 15% get the ad, the actual but I clicked on some ad suitability videos and the ads will come up. So I'm still blacklisted from getting a job, and Friday I have to go and face the streets again. And people might be like, you out your fucking mind if you think that somebody gonna donate you $360 for a week in a hotel, plus money for food and bus fare and laundry too. Well, people were doing it when I was staying at the Budget Inn Motel before Trisha did what she did to me. I almost didn't make it, but I was barely making it every week. But they won't let me work. They won't let me have a job, and they won't let me make a living from my writing. And they're keeping me forced homeless. I'm getting all this harassment, and and a lot of the fake TI perps and regular perps are angry at me for telling the truth. I mean, they want to make sure I'm ignored, hated, suppressed, and oppressed. And they want to keep me traumatized, and I'm not allowed to I have a serious mental problem for trying to seek emotional support and closure for the trauma and abuse. And instead of emotional support and closure, um, all I get is added trauma and abuse that never left me. Just like that person I was talking on the phone with earlier. Yeah, she didn't care about being emotional support, but she made it like she was reaching out and wanting to see how I was doing, or made it like she was wanting to be supportive, but the phone conversations didn't really seem that supportive. But um I hate when you deal with abusive, narcissistic, fake Christians and family members that abuse you so bad that you feel like you need a therapist, but you can't go to the therapist because they're in on it too. And you ain't got nobody but Jesus Christ, even though when you feel like you ain't got him. So they had this guy on TikTok. He's also on YouTube. And I saw a video where he was frustrated and thought that somebody was a perp for telling him basically that's demons, that the gang stalkers are demons. And so he like, man, get the fuck out here or whatever. And so that's the same guy that there was a video of a perp charging at him with a knife, and he had to wrestle and fight with the perp. And I'm like, damn, that's really scary. You know, everything happens so fast. So I don't know if the guy is atheist or not, but I don't know if he knows about the Bible in Ephesians 6 and 12. So it's the spirits behind these people, or spirits inside of these people. When they can be so destructive. I mean, so a lot of people say that they suspect that Darius sold out right after he got hit by a car. That you know, he must have been gagged or took a deal while in the hospital with the injury after getting hit by a car. Or some have the theory that he was already a sold out fake TI perp, and that they hit him with a car because he disobeyed. But he's one of the popular fake control opposition in the TI community, but he didn't used to be like that before. And so, as I said, a total personality change. Once you sell your soul, you don't have the same personality anymore. You become narcissistic. You become controlling and abusive. And you crave power. Even if you want to see yourself as a, you know, an artificial intelligence version of a black Jesus Christ. Like, really? Well, if you had to be Jesus, I wouldn't follow you. Another spirit. Another yeah, what was that Bible scripture? another Jesus and another spirit. Many false Christs in this world. What you trying to say? I'm a charlatan? I'm a charlatan? But you sitting out here, you know, posting up artificial intelligence pictures of yourself depicted as a black Jesus Christ in heaven. Satan's artificial intelligence version of a black Jesus Christ in heaven. But you get mad and say, oh, what you think I'm a charlatan? What you trying to say I'm a charlatan? I'm a charlatan? Because I say you mix black Hebrew Israelites and Pentecostal. But David Jane did the same thing. It's like David Jane has, like, David Jane would have never bullied anybody in 2000, even 2018. But even then, he started to act a little weird, you know. But but I didn't even realize that David was a perp. And David gets, well, I don't know if they, since he sold out and became a perp, I don't know if he got more freedom now. I don't know if he got more freedom now or if he's still, you know, being treated like a punished child. And they probably pushing him to perp people or perp me. And then they're probably, you know, pimping him and taking the money that he's using to perp me with. And he don't even question it. Dummy. So retarded, deformed Carnell Kenneth Sorrells. Yeah, my twin sister did a fake live stream with Carnell and David. So that and I didn't even get to watch that. So Carnell got the same situation going on. The gang stalking network sent Carnell to me, and Carnell was a perp and a religious narc, a fake Christian narc. And it's like, I didn't think Carnell was that smart. But or that cleverly evil. And so I felt bothered, and I knew something was up when he invited me to come spend the night. And he had a fresh smack brand new Aaliyah poster. And then he used Ronald Isley poster to try to cover it up, pretending like he liked the Isley brothers. But he took the most provocative picture, one of the most provocative pictures of Aaliyah, and more seductive or provocative looking picture, and post a smack brand new poster and put it up on his wall, and then invited me over. And I'm like, yeah, my twin sister must have put him up to this. This was back in 2018 after I became homeless. And that day I had an issue with Stank Horlanika gang stalking me at the Waffle House in fake Gretna. And that's the day that she did like the perps do. Wait till they see me coming and then drive off. And I didn't realize that was gang stalking, what she did. And I used to see her every fucking where. But then they'll reverse it on me and lie and say I'm stalking if I wasn't them. But she did like Alex Dupree she would show up, like I would go to Rouse's unannounced, and didn't have anybody to tell, hey, I'm about to go to Rouse's. No, I would just go to Rouse's and she's already fucking leaving the store with no groceries. Like, and then I will always see her there. Because I was living in Gretna for like a month. And then, I moved back to Gretna. I was living in Gretna for a month. And then I ended up becoming homeless. And been homeless ever since. So, Monica would do stuff like go to the grocery store and stand in a line with no groceries or nothing. And I'm like, what you standing in the grocery line for? And and then she hatefully refused to even give me eye contact. She would avoid looking at me or hold her head down on purpose. And I didn't know that she was perping and following me around. I remember she drove in the car laughing at me. I tried to tell her mom tried to gaslight me. Stank Cheryl. I mean, Stank Cheryl, you know, you have a house and a car, so you ain't got no reason to be smelly and stinky. But she drives around in an old dirty car, and you know, dirty house, dirty car, dirty everything. But y'all think y'all supposed to be mentally normal and more common sense than me. But the Kraft family, they like Wyatt and Mark, the biological brothers, they used to always gossip and talk when we were younger. They used to always talk, and I didn't believe them at first, but they used to talk about how rich the Kraft family was or how rich Mr. Freddie was because they fucking Masons. So and now that Darius betrayed me, I'm supposed to look like a fool for talking about all this. And I never heard of being loyal to perps that oppress loyal to your oppressors, family or not. I'm not loyal to any perps. Fuck y'all. I'll cut your ass off in a minute. I gotta change your narrative and attitude. Now that I know that you a perp, I ain't kissing your ass no more. I'm not kissing the foster mom's ass anymore. I'm not kissing my family's ass anymore. I'm not kissing Darius's ass anymore or any other fake sellout TI perps that y'all call everybody else a sellout. But I heard that demons expose other demons to take the focus off of themselves, to make themselves look innocent. I'm not kissing Lanika's ass. I'm not gonna kiss the Kraft family's ass no more. They ain't got to worry about me no more. Cause the foster family, the biological family, and the Kraft family, me trying to go back down to my hometown New Orleans, they all treated me like as if my presence wasn't welcome. I ain't kissing Lisa Ruby's or Tracy Broadhurst's ass anymore. And I was in Pensacola for nearly 4 years. I never really got close. I never had a close bond. I never really had any close friends in Pensacola. I may have had a few people I had a couple of conversations with, but I never had any actual, like, real friends in Pensacola. And, like, Alex Dupree turned a lot of homeless men against me and had them perping me. Like the Diamond guy. I mean, it's like Mr. Diamond used to be like almost like an uncle to me. He was from the West Bank, from my hometown, New Orleans. And Mr. Diamond got arrested for being drunk at the same Whataburger downtown that they wrongfully banned me from. He got banned from that same Whataburger. And he got out of jail after a couple of weeks. And he was able to get his car back. And next thing you know, Alex Dupree riding in his car. He's giving Alex Dupree rides in his car. I never saw Alex driving, but that probably would have fucked my head up even more, you know. But yeah, I mean, I have video footage of Alex following and harassing me on, stalking me, following and harassing me on the bus and at bus stops and at the Greyhound station. I got all that. Alex was always trying to fucking set me up, and nobody wanted to hear it. Everybody defended and agreed with him. And the reason why you don't want to hear what Candy Grandpre has to say because you secretly siding with and defending my enemies. You're one of them. You ain't one of me. And you falsely glorify yourself as God's chosen elect. No, you're not. You're Satan's chosen elect. So when people have a grievance against me and they lie and give false rumors and smear campaigns, everybody ready to listen. And like you'd rather listen to a lie with no proof, but somebody show you the proof with truth. Oh, she's doxing me. I have a right to sue her for slander, defamation, and libel. Oh, I saw those videos that you did about me. But you sitting there making videos about me. At least I'm telling the truth and you're lying. It's like everybody's fucking fake. Who's real nowadays? But yeah, I mean, that's what I've been hearing. That many professed targeted individuals sold out and became a perp. And I heard that some of them got threatened and cornered, or they were in a compromising situation where they might have been, it's like I see this trend where professed targeted individuals they sell out and become perps after getting into a horrific car accident. It happened with at least four so-called targeted individuals that I know. If they ain't getting hit by a car, then they're getting into stage accidents, and then they end up selling out or being compromised. And any fear can strike anybody. We all human, so stop running around making like as if you're above fear. Because you can get in the right situation, you can get scared, and you can get scared too. So stop pretending like you're not that you fear nothing. So all these fake Christian and religious narcs, they lie and say that they're not afraid of death. Well, why you get scared if somebody come at you and do you something? Wow, they are vibrating my whole body. I want to show y'all something now that I'm on camera. Do y'all see a dent exactly right here? I don't know when this happened, when, how, or whatever, but I don't know if you can say if it's a dent right here, you know, and it's not even smack dab in the middle, but it's pretty much kind of in the middle. Either this is a dent in the middle, or it doesn't really feel puffy on this side, but it feel a little puffy on this side. But there was a point in time in 2015 I would get so many migraines dealing with Lisa Ruby and stuff out. But when I was by her house, especially, I would get so many migraines in that spot. But then I think after I left her, the migraine stopped. But I don't remember when you can see it easier, like right here. But even when I'm not, it's still like a dent right here, right there. But it's a little puffy right here on this side. This is my left hand, so I don't know why this camera is like a mirror. But yeah. So I don't know when or how I got this dent by my pineal gland, and I don't know how I got it, but I don't have any confirmation or evidence that I microchipped. But I had eye surgery once when I was 5 years old, back in either 1988 or 1989. I think it was 1989. Me and my twin sister had laser surgery, and my twin sister Brandy had laser surgery when we were 4 years old. But then I was five. We were five, and I had the laser surgery. And I didn't. I was too young. I didn't know. I thought they said, "Well, Brandy bit the surgery." I thought that I'm like, how you gonna bite the surgery? But I guess they said she bit the surgeon. I guess the doctor performing the eye surgery, she bit him. And so when I was 10 years old and when I was 11 years old, I had nose surgery twice. And I was, I think, 19 years old, going on 20. Either 19 going on 20 or 20 going on 21. I really think I was 19 going on 20 when I got my wisdom teeth removed. And I was put to sleep then too. But my hypersensitive ear condition didn't develop. I never, I wasn't put unconscious with or under anesthesia with the excuse me, with the braces or anything, but they said I had severe overcrowding and that I had a 1 millimeter overbite and that my mouth was too small for all my teeth and that I had really big teeth. So I'm missing 8 teeth, and I had to get extractions on each side. The first premolars they took out. So, yeah. So, the second back molar on the left bottom left side is where the abscess is, and it had a big huge filling that broke, and then the tooth broke too. And I hate myself now because I wish I would have just continued, but I had a difficult time trying to afford, the bentonite clay. But I tried. I even tried salt water. I tried baking soda. I tried everything. But ever since this thing cracked, it's easier for the abscess to go down. And when I be homeless on the streets, it's hard for me to keep up. Not having really anywhere to brush my teeth. Because if I brush my teeth at a restaurant, people would know I'm homeless, and I get banned from there. So, but if I after it got broke, a piece of the tooth didn't break off, but it cracked. But it be trying to fall out when the abscess and gets inflamed and gets bigger when it inflates. But The piece of tooth is more stuck in, you know, when I get the opportunity to better care of my teeth. So it's like sometimes if I can brush my teeth with the bentonite clay often enough, and if I can take good care of it every day, then it start to the abscess part really it start to heal and get better. But then I would end up it's like if I can't take care of it, then it would inflame. You hear that? I mean, they're making noise next door. So so like why are they up making noise at 2 o'clock in the morning? Exactly 2 o'clock in the morning. Let me see what somebody said what on YouTube. Okay. So when so I kind of lost my train of thought because of him, her, whoever. But good thing I don't hear the TV. I haven't heard the TV for the past couple of nights. But like it can get like really inflamed and pus filled. But then, if I can floss and then brush my teeth with the bentonite clay, then I start coughing up mucus or mucus start coming out and then it'd be bleeding, but then it heals. But then if I can't brush my teeth, then the cycle starts all over again. I don't know what the opposite term of healing is. To heal, I don't know what's the opposite word for that, but I guess reverse healing, but it go back to being messed up again. And they hurt they attacking my eye right here. So earlier, a few hours ago, I heard a high pitched ring in my right ear to as another verbal documentation of the electronic harassment and torture. So yeah, I would rather just die than to sell out and start perping anybody. I don't want to do that. And I heard that they give in and do it to lessen their targeting, and which it doesn't because y'all still being targeted and crying, and y'all know the truth, but you're playing both sides. And I didn't understand it at first, you know, but it's brutal, and they act like they can't stand you. But then why do you hate me and want me away? But you want me to be part of the fake cult? But but I'm the type of person I ain't good with secrets. I can't keep my own secrets. I feel like because I heard they say it's an OCD trait to feel the need to confess. So with me having OCD, I couldn't keep that secret and to let people know, well, hey, I sold my soul to the devil. I became a gang stalker. I couldn't they would kill me for even saying that, but maybe the spirit might be, strong enough to make you keep quiet. I don't know. But that's something I ain't doing. You know, I feel like, well, I know how it feels to be gang stalked and how it makes, I mean, I know how it makes me feel. So I don't want to hurt an innocent person who never did me anything, all for money. I don't want to do that. And then some people say, well, you should gang stalk the gang stalkers right back. And I ain't got no money. I ain't got no gift cards. I ain't got nothing. So what do they mean? Gang stalk them right back. And then I would go to jail. I can't do it and get away with it. You know? But my biggest weapon is my doggone phone, and they scatter like roaches. And I'm like, you scared of me? Come on, you Shaq size. And you running from short little Candy Grandpre? What if I was skinny? Real skinny. And you Shaq size running away from my short fat ass? Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't had gang stalkers that tall, but I mean, I just use that for an example. You Shaquille O'Neal size gang stalking a female and then run scatter like roaches. Big, huge dudes ganging up on a female, a single lone female. So I was trying to say about a week ago that even though I've always been scared and fearful, but now I know the truth. And I'm not 100% more courageous, but I'll say that I've been courageous and standing up and fighting back. And then when I do, I get told that I'm putting myself in danger or that I deserve to be hurt by the perps. And the online perps say that I deserve to be hurt by by the in person perps. So I am thankful and glad that they have a backup version of that exposed gang stalking website. They took the website down. I can't believe it. So that's very pertinent information. Very important. So because I need to have my guard up and make sure they don't, and then when they do it, they always make me the offers online, never really in person. Always online, and then they act like as if they're joking and, trying to make a fool out of you. Like as if they're mocking you or making a fool out of you and joking. And it seems like, as I said, the fake, I mean, they were even trying to get me last March, or was it last April, when I was staying in Pensacola at the Budget Inn, and I went downtown, and they had that one headlight, and I think that might have been the first or second time I put my face in the camera and show y'all, here's proof of one headlight, and here they go, and y'all still don't believe me. You still ignore me and don't take me seriously. I got another video where, it was a lady that was on UWF campus with the perp in a small truck right up on me. And I was wearing a pink dress and my hair was short, but I was wearing a pink dress and she had obvious one headlight. And so nobody, even on TikTok, I put it in my one of my 3 pinned videos, and people they don't really take it serious, or they don't care. I try to show professed targets on Twitter, they all ignored me. Like they feel like, you know, they feel like who care nowadays. They feel like who cares because they don't even like me. So I really think the ones running around here talking about ignore your stalkers. I think they're fakes, the popular fakes that sold out. And so that if you expose gang stalking old school style like 2019, now all of a sudden you make the TI community look, because the TI community as a whole look bad. I mean they'll they sold out. The popular fakes at the top, and it's a narcissistic hierarchical cult. You ain't got nobody to turn to. And if you go up against one of the popular fakes at the top of the pyramid, then you get cyber jumped, or everybody huddle together and block and everything. So if I say that Roy E. Cups is fake, then he ain't got no proof of himself being targeted. If I say Al Showers is fake, he ain't got no proof of being targeted. But tell me how Al Showers is fake. They'll unfollow or block me, or devour, and like I would get cyber jumped. Yeah, I mean, Al Showers is fake. Come on, like he'll post stuff about the news. He works for the WEAR TV in Pensacola, but supposedly live in Mississippi or something. And he was a disrespectful fake TI perp, defending and agreeing with the perps. And he was disrespectfully smoking in my face after I told him countless times not to smoke in my face. And so he defended and agreed with the perps getting my Twitter, trying to get my Twitter taken down back in this was almost 2 years ago. I think it was April 2021, during the time that the Caleb Houston guy had those huts that he was supposed to start up. And if I would have had the hut, then and he said it was supposed to be free. And I heard that the other people in Pensacola got to have their shelters flourish. But and Darius said that that Caleb was showing Masonic symbolism on his book cover. So Caleb had a published book that he put out in print, and that had a lot of grammatical errors, or you would have thought he was illiterate or couldn't spell or use poor grammar or whatever. But you know, and some of it was hard to understand. But it's okay for him to publish a book and make a lot of sales. But me, a lot of people will say, well, this sounds like it's very well written, but the perps don't want me to make a living from my writing. But he even put up a GoFundMe for the homeless in Pensacola, and he didn't. And he was trying to. All he needed was the sprinklers. I think it was $125,000 of sprinklers to get the shelter up and running, and they were building huts and everything. But they had this lady that Darius tried to say that she was trying to get me to sell out, or that she was trying to indoctrinate me. But all I know is she was controlling and weird. And you know, And she tried to make it like as if I have no choice but to be forced to live by her. But then I don't even know if the online perp showed them my videos, because then the lady never contacted me ever again. But I mean, she had a dirty white car, and it seemed like everybody who volunteered to help, it's like they all had very dirty cars that I felt gross and disgusted to ride in. Dirty vehicles and stuff. But every time I would call that place, nobody ever answered the phone. But Caleb and everybody else, they told me that I was first on the list. And I went there one Friday to go volunteer to help out. And Opening Doors sent me over there. So Caleb couldn't you know I even tried to share a few short stories with him. But he kind of acted like, I don't know if he wasn't interested or what, but but I don't even know if he was actually a perp or not. But at that so-called ceremonial event with the ribbon cutting and whatever, Al Showers was there, and I met him. And Al Showers was he was perping me in person, trying to trigger me and get me all riled up, vexing the fuck out of me too. He sat right next to me too, and he was like overly touchy feely. And if I tell him I don't like to be touched, he would continue to put his hands on me, touching on me and stuff. Social touching, not sexual touching, but social touching. Because he's gay. So but I mean, Roy E. Cups is part of the Masonic Rotary Club kind of thing, and people ain't trying to listen to me. Or I feel like all these people who be claiming to be NSA and DHS and CIA whistleblowers are all they be the main popular face that's full of shit, and they don't have any proof of. I mean, they don't have proof of themselves, and they'll be caught having like Photoshop pictures of themselves being microwaved. That's fake Photoshop pictures of themselves being microwaved and burned. And everybody talked about how corrupt the Freedom from Covert Harassment and also Targeted Justice and quite a few others, that they're all I don't even visit the Targeted Justice website anymore. I don't even advertise them no more. And as I'm gonna say it again, Shayla Avance from the surveillancesurvivors.org website, her Twitter picture, last I knew, had one eye symbolism. And she's an abusive, narcissistic bully, self-righteous bully. And that transgender Lisa T.I., before he passed away, I don't know his real name, but he was trying to say that Karen Melton Stewart and Shayla Avance were both racist, but I never really had a conversation with Karen Melton Stewart. But she talked like she's a Christian and believes in God and stuff like that. But Midge Mathis, her real name is Doris Claus, she was a little bit rude. And Susan Fortunato Olsen was a total bitch to me on Facebook in 2020. And a couple others I don't remember from Targeted Justice. So I know that part of the so-called TI community I wouldn't be welcome in any of the conference calls. If I try to go, I'm pretty sure that I would be banned or blocked. And so they had this fake Christian T.I. perp that called herself I'ma meet Oprah or something like that. I joined in one of her private small conference calls, and then she started talking weird, very weird, blasphemous stuff about the Bible and made me feel uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean it's weird. And they got professed targeted individuals. Some of them say they don't believe in God, and some of them say they're atheists, and some of them promote the fake New Age 777. A lot of them do, and a few of them are Satanists, or they do the tarot card reading and um, stuff like that, and psychic readings. They hold psychic readings, and it's like, I mean, that's bad. Or they'll devour and attack you and block you and slander you. If I mean, I would get cyber jumped for saying, well, that's New Age. That's, you know, but I'm forbidden and not allowed to point out what's New Age, what's evil. But they had this website called inplainsight.org that professed to be Christian and given extensive research about the New Age movement. And I'm wondering, but you got one eye symbolism in your background. Like, confusing as fuck. Like, control opposition. Disinfo agent. And then sometimes you get, when you listen to the popular fakes during research and stuff, you get frustrated and confused and don't know who to believe. So henrymacau.com, that website, he make like he's speaking so much truth on his website, but then it shows a picture of him with blatant satanic symbolism. But I mean, I can't believe my own twin sister is sold out. Like purple with the red, one eye symbolism, half face pictures, and devil horn 666. And I can't believe my own twin sister pledged allegiance to the Masonic cult. From one cult to another, the fake IDMR cult is Masonic. It got its like Masonic foundation. I mean, I can't believe that my twin sister like Illuminati-fied. She is Illuminati-fied. And then everybody quick to gravitate and listen to her. But when it comes to me, nobody want to hear it. Or I got to get wrongfully punished with a bunch of massive thumbs down. And so, the fake the fake wannabe sex trafficker Darnell Wood, the fake name Darnell Williams, he would torment, harass, and terrorize me and cause me extreme, you know, distress on TikTok. He keeps on causing me extreme distress. And as I said, he would use pictures of my twin sister that I never saw before, and pose as her. And then you know, I remember J Demon Rotten shit took pictures of the biological sister Ramona that I never saw before. and then posing as the foster mom, Adrian Felder. And the foster mom hated and didn't get along with the biological mom, Frances, or the biological sister, Ramona. But it's gotten to the point where, you know, the majority of my family members, like, I freaking hate them to the point where I can't even look at pictures of them. I can't even look at pictures of Ramona. And it's been like that since before Hurricane Katrina. I can't even look at pictures of Ramona. Now I can't even look at pictures of my twin sister because of what they did to me. I can't even look at pictures of Mark. I can't even, after what Wyatt did to me last year, I can't even look at Wyatt. I can't look at the nephew John. I can't look at the biological cousins. That niece, hell-faced, ugly Monica. I can't look at none of them. Dirty Derek. I can't look at none of y'all. They're all fucking sold out. I mean, and as I said, family members who bully and abuse me, they even living more successfully than me. Hell-faced, ugly Monica's living fraudulently and illegally living the fucking high life. She was plastered all over Habitat for Humanity in New Orleans and owns a house through them. And I will die being forbidden to know what her address is. They hate me that much. You hate me so much that I'm forbidden to know your address or phone number, but I'm so cruel and evil if I say I hate you so much that I can't even look at pictures of you. And everybody said that the biological brother, fake Krusty Pete, is a straight up demon. But the family love and forgive Pete because they scared of him. Pete tried to kill his own wife. Derek and Pete are woman beaters. Wyatt gets beat up by girlfriends. Well, I don't know. I guess Toya was the only female physically abused and beat on Wyatt. And Wyatt didn't used to fight back or not. Well, I mean, I guess you wouldn't expect a man to fight a woman back, but he didn't restrain her or stand up to her. But he'll fight his own damn sister, but scared of that girlfriend though. He'll put his hands on me though. And I don't know the real story where my twin sister tried to say that Wyatt punched the baby out of her stomach and everybody thought she was talking crazy. And so Wyatt said, my twin sister showed everybody this so-called blob except me. I'm the only one she singled out and didn't show this blob to. So, but she showed everybody else the supposed blob. Well, if you don't want to show me, why are you telling me about it? My twin sister Wyatt and Blake and all them sharing the same whore. Toya from the fake cult Bible class. Well, Blake is deceased now, but they were all fighting over and sharing the same damn woman. And so it's like, if Wyatt slept with Toya, why the hell my twin sister went and sleep with her too? But after him, behind him. And Toya was physically abusing and beating on her too. And I think, I could be wrong, but I think Toya had her in a freaking Domestic violence shelter. But my twin sister will put me in a damn hospital. She never did, but she'll fight bad enough like that, you know. So so I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like the family members, they believe in sharing the same freaking lover, you know. And Wyatt idolized and worshiped Toya and put her before family members. And me and him got into a heated argument. I said, yeah, some random hoe who you know you ain't gonna marry, ain't gonna never marry. And this random whore, mentally off, slow, retarded whore, cheated on him for his own doggone sister, which is my twin sister. So, yeah. Excuse me. Huh. Mm, excuse me. So, I mean, excuse me. But, and I know the perps do bad stuff enough to make you forced to hate them because they're doing all this tormenting and terrorizing and abuse with no consequence. And it make you want to hate them out of frustration because, you know, and then I get told I'm so hateful and I should forgive the perps. But when I speak against your narcissistic abuse, you have a license and the right to hate me forever and tell everybody stay away from Candy, don't talk to her. Y'all have a right to not forgive when you want to lecture me about being hateful. Y'all preach repentance, but you narcissistically abuse people. So sometimes you be blindly idolizing and worshiping somebody and don't even you're blind and don't even realize you're doing it. With the fake foster mom and I didn't realize we had Stockholm syndrome, but I never had a Stockholm syndrome towards my own twin sister. Though I never had a Stockholm syndrome family. I mean, Stockholm syndrome feeling about her, you know. But I can't believe that I had a Stockholm syndrome feeling with the foster and biological family, kissing the ass of people that don't care about me and don't mean me no good. And as I said, I do not care what your genetic features is anymore. You know, I'm done kissing ass. And if you don't ever want to know me again, you got your wish. You got your wish. And y'all be the first to call somebody mean and hateful while y'all abusive and narcissistic and cruel and you traffic, torture, and ruin lives. And I'm supposed to fucking love you? From an earthly, you know, in the flesh, you will hate somebody that do you wrong. But, you know, biblically, I know they said that you're supposed to love your enemies. It's hard. And they'll make it like as if you kissing their ass when they don't want to be bothered, or if you feel like you love them, while they hate you. They'll feel like you really fucking crazy if you love them while they hate you and don't care about you. And they'll tell you straight to your face that they don't care about you. But your own relatives, extremely controlling, abusive, and retarded, and then trying to control you like a total puppet on a string when they're mentally off, slow, and retarded themselves and ain't mentally got it all. You know, I freaking had it with Wyatt too. I thought that I would have had some hope with him too, but no. So I think I did talk to Wyatt for almost a month, I guess. Was it almost a month or was it a couple of weeks? But it was somewhere in between March and April. You know what? It was March 30th, the biological sister Belinda's birthday, when the ex-boyfriend Alex tried to contact me. And then the next day, the biological brother Wyatt tried to contact me. Or was it April 1st? No, you know what? Wyatt contacted me on April 6th. Yeah, that's what it was. He contacted me on April 6th. And Wyatt had a fake, made up, lying story. You know, I think the gang stalking network gave him my phone number because, but when he tried to say that my phone had been that my number been in his phone for the longest, and that he just randomly thought that it was a number and he didn't know that what it was. And Wyatt is another one who's a compulsive liar. They they all lie. Wyatt, Sean, my twin sister, Derek, Pete, Mark, Ramona, Whore, Rebecca, all of them. They all freaking lie. And they're lying like it's natural, or like it's if it's the right thing to do, or like it's supposed like what you're supposed to do. But the biological mom, Frances, would physically um run in front of us and block the door and didn't want us to go in the same room with Arthur and try to talk to him or try to get to know him or the biological dad Arthur or whatever. And so they poisoned Arthur's head to hate us and not give a fuck about us. Me and my twin sister and Sean. Because they convinced him and try to convince us that, oh, well, Arthur's not your daddy because you're not light skinned. So, you know, the biological mom, Frances, had a lot of perp ways too. But I really believe she was being targeted, but she might have been a target that sold out and became a perp. And she was the one who gave birth to me, and she was perping the shit out of me. But she wasn't my handler or nothing. But the siblings try to act more like they delusional wannabe handlers. Nope, you don't get the credit for being my handler. You don't have the authority or right. So before I go, I wanted to say that because I kept forgetting for the past couple of days, I saw that the obsoletist perp way in the UK. I forgot how I found out he's a Freemason. The obsoletist perp did a fake video about me um having two storage units back in 2012, and I explained that, and I don't know what the hell he said in the video because I saw that he had a video in the title, something about me having two storage units. But I was homeless in 2012, but things were different back then. But I was homeless. I wasn't even really on the streets like that, you know. And I didn't beg or ask anybody for money either. And that was for a short moment that I for a few months, I only for a few months that I had 2 storage units. So I eventually got rid of both storage units and then moved into my house. Well, actually, I moved into my house first. I mean, I got rid of the Long Beach, California storage unit. I got rid of that storage unit and then moved into that Section 8 house. And then after 3 months, then I went back to Denton, Texas to get all my stuff out of there and then brought it to Los Angeles. So he felt the need to do a fake video about that. Like that was way in 2012. That was over a decade ago. I'm just telling y'all my experiences, but he manipulated some kind of way. I'm pretty sure he manipulated it for a smear campaign and twisted to falsely make me look bad. You know, I was not panhandling and asking for money or asking for help that time, and I had got my Section 8 home. So these stranger perps who don't know shit about you, and it's like, as I said, if you way in the UK, what does what I do in America ain't got nothing to do with you. You can't control me all the way from the UK. Stop it. But that's narcissistic. So yeah, I kept on forgetting to mention about that too. So I feel like this: if you profess to be targeted, and if I did or said something to trigger you, tell me, and then you know I'll be considerate enough to make a conscious decision to try to not do that again. But um, I think that professed targeted individuals need to give each other a fair chance because some of them will automatically say, "Oh, you a perp," and just straight up block you and don't even give you a chance to explain yourself. If they might misinterpret or take your intentions the wrong way. But if you keep doing it after I warned you that such and such triggers or bothers me, and then you laugh and think it's funny, don't be surprised when you do get blocked. But I've seen other professed target individuals wear whatever color they want, and they can be targeted and wear the color red. But it must have been my twin sister who said it first because David Jane ain't smart enough to say that on his own. And I think he must have copied or repeated what she said and made it like as if it was his own saying. And then, try to falsely say, well, Candy is a hypocrite because how come Candy gets to wear the color red? Come on, stop playing sight games because my twin sister feels the need to wear red just about every doggone day. Like, how many red t-shirts you got? So and then they be prepared and ready to perp with a red. But I had a red hoodie, and that was the only hoodie I had at one point. And my twin sister and her devout cult followers falsely accused me of being a hypocrite. How come Candy gets to wear red? And they just furthering their smear campaign. It's like my own damn twin sister. I mean, I don't even know if anybody could slap any fucking sense into her because she's still brainwashed with the fake cult. Like, she's brainwashed to have strong hostility and bully and abuse me and treat me a certain way because she doesn't do that to other family members. Me and Sean, she the only one. I mean, me and Sean, she treats me and Sean are the only two she treats like that. But she's scared of Pete. She's scared of Ramona. She's scared of Mark. But she'll fight Wyatt, but she ain't gonna try to dominate and boss and control Wyatt. So about Ivan, oh, Ivan's birthday is tomorrow. Wyatt said that um Ivan was that baby, and that it was right before Hurricane Katrina, and Wyatt would mock and laugh at my twin sister saying, "You, oh no, it wasn't Wyatt, it was Derek." She said Wyatt set Derek up to punch the baby out of her stomach. And then she went through police brutality, so she said, because I wasn't there. Um, and well, I guess I didn't realize she was pregnant during Hurricane Katrina. And right before Hurricane Katrina, I didn't realize she was pregnant, but she physically assaulted me and punched me in the nose, and I drove home crying. My nose didn't bleed or anything, but I drove home crying. But oh, she was the violent one back in 2005. She physically assaulted me, and she physically assaulted the biological mom, Frances, and knocked her. I mean, she nearly knocked her off the balcony. And the biological niece, Hellface Ugly Monica, was pregnant with Lil Randy and held my twin sister back. In the argument with the biological mom, Frances, it all started when the biological mom, Frances, asked my twin sister's husband, Dwayne, to go take her to get a daiquiri. And a daiquiri means like a New Orleans alcoholic kind of slushy or something, you know. So Dwayne told her, the biological mom, Frances, no. And then they had an argument, and my twin sister defended and agreed with him against her. And then some kind of way they had an all out fit with a false. I mean, I'm sorry, the biological mom, Frances, was defenseless and couldn't fight back. And so, um, so the biological mom, my twin sister, physically assaulted her, and I think busted her lip, or I don't remember, she knocked her tooth out or made her. I don't remember, she knocked the biological mom, Frances. I don't know if she knocked her teeth out or made her mouth bleed or something like that, you know, and nearly knocked her out, you know, off the balcony. But I had I think I had a couple of all out fist fights with the biological mom, Frances, too. And I was brainwashed by the foster family to be, you know, have a lot of hate and hostility towards the biological mom, Frances. And I did try to bond and get close and, you know, stuff like that, but it didn't work out. But it's like I feel really terrible that I even fought the biological mom, Frances, myself. You know, I think maybe twice, two or probably three times, I had a physical fight with the biological mom, Frances, and at least two or three times a physical fight being beat up and abused by the biological sister, Ramona. You know, and Ramona hits hard and fight worse than a man, and will beat me like a, you know, like as if we're not related. But oh, I mean, Ramona, one time, she physically, and I could never get a lick off of Ramona. I couldn't hit back. And Ramona was like, when she had like clumps of hair falling out of, I mean, clumps of hair was falling out of my hair, and plus my scalp was bleeding all that for like 3 weeks. I mean, my scalp wasn't bleeding for 3 weeks, but when she did the assault, you know, like my scalp was bloody. But then for 3 weeks, I think by the time I went to Costa Rica, my hair was still falling out and coming out in chunks. But it's a lot of jealousy, hate, and abuse, and oppression and control, and a lot of dishonesty, and disloyalty in the family. And a lot of people talk about this family line curse thing or whatever, or generational curses. And the family got a lot of secrets. And they want you to be loyal to evil and wickedness. They don't want you, and they think you're crazy for being righteous. Like Ramona always was hunting for an opportunity to set me up for destruction. And my twin sister a lot of the times too. They're still vibrating my body. So, thanks for listening to me. And I feel bad asking for help with $400 for, you know, to stay here another week. I feel really scared I might just have to end up back on the streets just Friday. And you're going to see more gang stalking video footage. And I'm going to end up being broke and poor with little to no money. But I tried to write at least one short story almost every day. So I'm going to go now because I really believe that. I mean, I didn't know I was going to talk this long. And I probably should have did the video in the dark. But I probably should have did the video in the dark so that it could have had more storage space. I mean, less storage space taken up. So I'm done saying the basics of what I've been doing, but I have the information in the description box of just about all my videos. And trying to it's Tuesday morning, and so I guess Friday morning I would have to pack up and leave. Oh, another thing I forgot to say is that I feel frustrated and discouraged because I did the number what, and then the toilet got a little stopped up, but I hope that they can fix it tomorrow. Well, later on today. So I'm feeling agitated about that. But I got the laundry done. I got my clothes washed. But so I need to take these clothes here and wash these. And another thing, they had this white guy was nice enough that he offered to take out my trash for me. And then they had these two police officers that walked out of the elevator right when I walked in the elevator. And I didn't know what was going on, but there was two police officers that walked out of the elevator when I walked in the elevator. And that guy was, I'm surprised he was nice enough that he offered, I'm like, for real, you gonna take my trash for real? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. And I feel like, well, I wish I had a way to tip you. So he probably would have said, don't worry about it, but I'm glad he did that for me. And I almost would have said no in-person perp activity, but even around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, several hours ago, they had a perp that kept on riding by with a loud motorcycle, and off and on all day, somebody idiots passing by blasting loud music and everything. And it made me think thoughts that I can't say on here that can get me in a lot of trouble. All I know is, family or not, you're a gang stalker. You no longer made in God's image, and you ain't my family no more. So family or not, narcissistic abusers, gang stalkers, and fake TI perps all need to go fry in hell.